Good morning, brewers and lab nerds. Today I'm going to show you how to measure beer color using a photospectrometer, such as this one. I bought that one on eBay, I think maybe $250. The procedures for doing it is pretty easy, and I'll go through them right now. First thing to do is, in this case, is to turn it on, which is this switch right here. I've already done it. Then I set the wavelength. The wavelength for measuring beer is 430 nanometers. So up here I spin this around till I get to 430 nanometers. Let's see here. Come on, you can do it. There you go. Alright, second is to make sure the filter is set to the right place. So this one has a filter on the bottom here. So I turn it over to the left. 340 to 599 nanometers, so that's within my range. Then you want to let it warm up for 15 minutes. After that, you make sure there's no cuvette in the holder here, and then you set what's called zero transmittance, meaning no light is going from the beam here through the outside because it's being blocked off. You actually open up a door when you put the cuvette in there. So I'll take here where it says 0% T, and I'll adjust, wrong way, until I see 0 on the transmittance. There you go. Next thing to do is to take a blank, which is a cuvette filled with just water, and make sure it has no bubbles in, so you can flick it lightly on the side, get rid of any bubbles. Then you want to polish it a little bit, so there's no fingerprints on it, and then put it into the holder. Now I want to tell the spectrometer what 100% transmittance looks like. So then I go over here where it says 100% T, and just adjust that to say this is when all the light goes through a sample. If it was completely light beer in this case, if it was just water. So it's so finicky, but once you get it there, let's see. There, 100%. Then you go ahead and take that out, and you take your sample of beer. So in this case, it is just this colored water. But you take beer, and if you're going to use beer, you need to first degas it, then you need to filter it, or at least have very clear sample, because you don't want an incorrect reading because of the light beam being deflected from yeast or trub or anything like that. Alright, now what I do after I put that in is I go from transmittance over to absorbance by pressing this mode button. You can see it switched down. Then all you have to do is do math. So the formula to calculate this in SRM is 12.7 times this number, and that will tell you the beer color. So let me do it on the computer real quick. Let's see here. 12.7 times 0.291. So this one has a color of 3.7 essentially. So it's super light beer, and it's nothing more than that. If you wanted to do it in EBC instead of SRM, you just calculate it just like this, but then multiply by 25 instead. It used to be that to calculate it for SRM, you multiply by 10, but that was based on the cuvette being 1 inch or half an inch across here. But these days they're mostly 1 centimeters. So if you do show up with one that has half an inch across, you multiply by 10 instead of 12.7 to get the SRM. Alright, that's really it. Okay, go out, have fun, take care, cheers.